All righty, Kent. This is the big week, buddy. And you know how I know it's the big week? It's because of where we are. You know, we're gonna get into that. And I know you're looking at me right now and you're saying, man, he's dead sexy.
Yeah, it's a hairstyle.
I'm telling you right now,
man,
this is what this week brings out in all the fans. But before we get into that, and before we introduce this beautiful lady right here, let's get the business out of the way. Listen, once again, here we are, Gridiron Picks. We're in a great place here in Ames, Iowa. We'll go through that. But here's how you sign up, and you can play week to week. First thing you want to do is go to www.wilsonofames.com. You can sign on right there. www.amestrib.com. For all you fanatics out there, go to CycloneFanatics.com. There'll be a link there. And you know what I mean? If you forget, just hit me on my Twitter feed. That's right. That's @BigStrong, 2 G's. When you're as big as I am, you can get it put together there. And you know, since she's back here laughing, let's just introduce her before we get into anything else.
Go.
We are here, Ames, Iowa, right in the heart of Ames, Iowa, right on Duff Avenue at Cy's Locker Room. Angie, my friend, it's good to be back here.
It's good to see you.
Yes.
You know, I'm in here, and every time I come in here, year after year, day after day, I see something new. And you know, that's hard to do when it comes to apparel. Is it just, do you guys restock on a consistent basis? They send you new stuff like this nice afro I got on right here. I mean, is that something, you sell a lot of these?
We do.
You will now, for sure.
We definitely, sales are going to skyrocket after today.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to leave you alone for a second, but I'm going to put you on the spot. We're going to go through some picks. And all thing you got to do to win this thing, $50 last week's the Valentino's Bill Butler. Now, Bill, I'm putting you on the spot because I know this guy right here is your friends, but one thing I'll tell you, the lucky thing about you didn't use his picks because you went 9 to 10. You got 9 to 10. And just so everybody, just because you want to know, he wins $50 at Valentino's. And yes, again, Tron's in the lead. Mary Beth, I know you're going to talk about your points, so don't worry about it. Just know it's happening. So let's go on.
What about recapping last week? Just a little bit.
Let's recap it.
Recap it. Yeah, I should have had a cap, shouldn't I?
Wait, my hair's in my face.
Let's go over 3 games in particular. Nebraska and Southern Miss.
Talk about it.
Nebraska went out 56-13 and beat Southern Miss. Probably wisdom should say that I should pick Nebraska this week.
We ain't gonna talk about it. Let's go to the next one. Brigham Young in Texas.
Oh, you talk about that.
Well, I'm gonna get straight to it.
I'm a friend of Mac Brown's, and I don't think you are.
I was on Twitter and I got hammered by those boys in Texas, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Mac Brown's looking for a realtor. He's in trouble. He just got beat by BYU. Now BYU showed him played a good ball game.
Yeah, they
but
did.
Listen, man, Texas got problems. We thought Texas was gonna be good, but
I know.
I don't think
They're
that's gonna happen this year. And
Last game.
Michigan in the Gold Heads.
Man, I'll tell you what, Notre Dame is just average.
I told you that Gardner, that kid from Michigan, was the man. He comes out. I couldn't get used to watching the kid play 98.
Yeah.
I was totally
Weird.
confused.
I thought he was a tackle.
Well, my
He's big
thing is,
enough to be
I was
a tackle.
thinking, man, there's an offensive lineman that's just killing them out there. But
That's
it was a
right.
great game by Michigan. I
Yeah.
told you they were playing at home. You should have took it.
I know.
But okay, enough about stuff that happened last week. Let's just get right to it.
Okay.
All right, you know where you picked?
First game.
First game. Let's talk about it. Get in here, young lady. Now this is where it all happens. This is where it all happens right here.
This is where I almost have your jobs.
Well,
That's
I can give you mine.
You can, I was gonna say,
You can have mine.
and
I'll trade
whatever
you.
you make off my job, you can take it to the bank.
All right, let's start with it. We're going UCLA at Nebraska. Again, that's at Nebraska. Who you going with? 16 versus 23.
What are you going to do?
Who's 16?
I don't tell you that. They're both
UCLA.
ranked. That's
UCLA.
I don't even think I can say Nebraska.
Okay.
Can I?
So she's taking the team, but she's not going to say
I'll
that
tell
name.
you who I'm taking. I'm taking University of California at Los Angeles to come into Lincoln and put a hurt on the Big Ten.
Well, I'm going to tell you, forget about the Big Ten. Forget about UCLA. Listen, go Big Red. You got it. You heard it here first. Listen, that defense is coming. Listen, I'm okay with calling them black shirts now. They played a great game. I think they got it together. The offense was in line. Martinez didn't run for anything, and they still won. Nebraska beats UCLA, and they beat UCLA by at least 2 touchdowns in Lincoln.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Game 2. We have Alabama at Texas A&M.
Ooh.
Angie. That's
At A&M.
the big bad Alabama Crimson Tide at the Loudmouth Center of America, Manziel's hometown. Go ahead.
Who you taking?
I can't tell you.
You can't
that.
tell me that. It's usually I like to, whoever you don't. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go Texas A&M.
Okay. Tron.
I'm last, man. I'm last because I'm bringing it home. You go ahead. Where are you going?
I'm taking Alabama because I think there's going to be people take 15-yard penalties early to shut the mouth on Pretty Boy. So I want to take Alabama, Crimson Tide, and that leaves an easy one for you.
It leaves
Going to College Station. I'm a nutcase for
It's
taking
easy
Alabama.
for me. Actually, you're not a nutcase. I agree with you. I'm taking Alabama also. But what I want to know is this. Here we go, right here. There you go. Can I get this shirt for that autograph? Because that's what Manziel's doing. Dude, the kid, listen, he's got so much off the field going on. I think it's going to come and it's going to be a bad thing. I think Alabama's going to prove a point. I agree with you. I think they're going to hit him early. They're going to hit him often. I really do. I expect Manziel to lay an egg in this game. Now, keep in mind, A&M did win that game last year at Alabama. But you know what? That was last year. Hey, only people like you still wear underwear that they wore a year ago. I don't do that, and that doesn't happen there. Alabama goes in A&M, and they take care of business. That's all I'm saying. It's the hat, man. It's the hat.
Okay, number 3 game, Angie. You're on the docket here. Iowa State, and we're not going any farther on the underwear deal.
Yeah, let's.
Okay.
It always gets a little bit rowdy whenever you.
Yeah, I know. Iowa at Iowa State.
Well, you know, my pick is Iowa State.
Anything to back it?
Anything Cardinal and gold.
Okay.
I like that.
Iowa State obviously did not play a good game their first game. They're going to see a giant increase in talent, get it in the right places, things like that. I think Iowa State is going to win this game by about 4. I thought Iowa looked better after the Northern Illinois game than they did after the Missouri State game. So I think maybe they're going the wrong direction. Hopefully we're going to go the right direction. I think we're going to win by about 4.
Mama, I about got beat by Missouri State. That's all I need to say about this game. Listen, I thought Iowa was actually turning the curve there, and I watched that Missouri State game. They didn't look good.
No,
they are as advertised. They're not a real good team.
No,
but
not.
let's just be frank. I haven't really seen Iowa State play yet. I think there's more to the team.
Yeah,
I think it'll show up this week. But here's what I'll tell you. So just to put it out there, I'm taking Iowa State. I'm taking Iowa State by 10, though. I think they show up, and Iowa's going to have a tough time.
I'd like that.
So don't expect too many points, but I will take them by 10. But here's what I want to tell you. All you guys, when you come into Ames this week, I want to make sure you stop in the size locker room. Here's the apparel for this week's game. That's right. This is not what is the true name of this? Is it Jack Trice apparel? Is it
the
what is
throwback?
It called? I'm sorry. You didn't tell me that before the video
throw it
started.
back.
The players will all be wearing throwback jerseys in honor of Jack Trice.
Mm-hmm.
And this represents a uniform that they wore. And so that's
Perfect.
the Jack Trice wore.
So let me ask you this. Okay, Ange, they're coming in, they get here on Friday, they don't have this apparel. Where do they need to, what's the address so they can find this place?
We are at 806 South Duff in Ames. Right sandwiched between Verizon and Aspen Dental. Just south of Super Walmart.
What time will you open Saturday?
We open at 9 a.m.
All right, 9 a.m., guys, make sure you sit here. I want to see a line outside the I will not be here, but I'll be thinking about the place. I'm going to make sure I get my apparel before I leave today.
will.
Do you got something like a 5X? No? All right, so big guys don't come in here because they don't got nothing in a 5X. So just give me an extra small. I'll wear it like a tattoo.
If the wig fit his head, that's a 5X too. So I think they've got him.
So here we go again, guys. Make sure you're stopping down the size locker room. They got everything you want in apparel and everything else. Even the toilet and the kitchen sink, they got it all. So make sure you stop down here. Get signed up, www.wilsonofames.com, www.amestrib.com, Cyclone Fanatics. There'll be a link there. And always hit me on my Twitter feed. That's @BigStrong. We'll have it there. Listen, Ange, thanks for inviting us. We're glad. Thanks for letting me wear this nice hat. My head's hot now.
You're welcome.
Stop down the size locker room. We're giving away $50 this week. Kent, anything to leave us with?
Bill Butler, I know you're now listening to me. Thanks, buddy.
Ange?
Go Cyclones.
You got it. And like we always do, that is a cut.